There you
Hi,
go, Miss Tasha.
Hi.
Hey,
Welcome
Tasha.
back.
Man, had to get her back up in here. It seemed like they liked her point of view. You
Yeah.
know, I didn't agree with some of it, but hey,
Oh,
to each his own.
the
Okay.
shade. Oh my goodness.
To each his own, you know. It seemed like it was a man, woman thing last time. So, you know,
We
we
represent.
gotta we gotta get it back. We gotta get it back. What's going on, y'all, man? Happy Monday to y'all. Thanks for getting the crew back together. We got Miss Natasha from Disaster Dating 101 back on. Miss Carter, Siobhan Carter from Dating 101. And my man, Ganged Up T, part of the
Nah,
Homeboys Conversation.
Represent.
What's up? Who's that?
That was my computer. Go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Oh, my I said it sounds familiar.
So I can see the
It sounds
comments, you
familiar.
know.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Tasha, I actually went back and I seen one of your last podcasts you put up. It was real entertaining. Like,
I was in my feelings about that one.
yeah, I literally listened to it. We got a great show for y'all tonight. Of course, like every Monday, we got a great show. But then another Monday, again, I always, you know, we had to bring some more extra on here so we can actually balance it out. You know, people was making it kind of seem like, you know, we was ganging up on Miss Carter. We don't never want everybody to feel that way. So we wanted to make sure that we could kind of balance out.
I don't gang up.
Um, you gonna gang
No,
up?
I try to stay out of the way.
Okay. We're gonna get straight into it. You know, the first question I had, and it's basically a relationship question. It's based off of a show that I actually watched, and the couple actually broke up and they got back together. Long story. We don't even need to get in the show. But the question that I'm gonna start, and of course I'm gonna start with the guest, Miss Tasha. Um, in a long term relationship, can a break in the relationship be helpful at times?
No. For me, I would
No.
say no. Um, if you breaking up like some space, yes, but a break, no. Because that's just allowing, okay, that's my free time to do whatever I want. Like, no, if you're in it, you're in it. If you married, what? We gonna take a break? Like, we gonna take a break from being
Possible,
married?
like
Nah. I mean, if you need some space, I understand that, but as far as a break, I don't agree because I feel like every time you try to get back, it's not like it was because someone may be insecure of what that break was. If you were talking to somebody else, you don't know. So for me, I have to say no.
what?
What is T
T,
laughing
what's so
at?
I
funny?
don't
T, go
know.
ahead.
That's why I was like,
Because I totally agree with her. Like,
Yeah.
if we together and we take a break, I feel like I'm opening Pandora's box. I'm giving you a chance to go out there and do things, and then you're gonna come back and be like, I can't get mad because we was on the break. I can get mad, and I'm going to get mad. So all that, listen, ain't no break. Either you gonna just leave. Like if we taking a break, we might as well just break up.
thank you.
And if we decide we want to get back together, that's one thing. But taking a break, nah, no, I can't. I
No.
just it's pissing me off right now thinking about it. And I I don't agree with the space thing because if you need space, you must want to go in the other room or something like that. Go for a walk. Because what space? To me, space is just like a break. I mean, space. You need space. Go in the other room. Go for a walk. Call your girls up. Go out for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's the all the space you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Coming from me.
That's come
Anyway,
from you. Okay. Okay. Miss Carter.
So I actually agree with them. I feel like a break is like leaving your foot in the door to where it's like, okay, let me put this placeholder right here and I'm gonna go over here and do what I want to do and then come back. It can be kind of, weird. So I agree. I think you should just break up, and then I do think, it could work out if you get back together at some point. But a break is like, what's the rules for the break? Like, why not just break up? Like, why would you choose a break over breaking up?
I don't know, but I guess I guess I'm gonna play devil's advocate with Rhyme and Reason when she tells some she said, hey y'all, I
Hey,
missed
Rhyme and
that.
Reason.
I kinda feel like it could. I kind of feel like from basically, if we go back to the conversation that we had last week, a lot of times when we asked about long-term relationships, why relationships are not holding, this and the third, and what seemed like everybody agreed that people get bored, and people would get bored in relationship. And sometimes I feel like taking that break will give people reality checks. I think at some point, especially a long-term relationship, there was this woman I listened to on the radio, and she been with the guy for about 15 years. They had kids, but they only been married for like, let's say 7 or 8, or something like that. And she said that she was bored in the relationship, and she was called the radio station because she had started one of those dating profiles, and she was getting some hits and kind of getting excited about it. I personally believe sometimes you need to have a person miss you and to see if this is beneficial. Siobhan, man, you actually watched the show Put a Ring on It. One of the things on Put a Ring on It is they let the person go out with someone else to see if this is really what they want. Because sometimes that might help.
What is the difference between a break and breaking up? Why not just break up? I don't understand.
Let's even use that in the same. Would you get back with somebody if they say, look, I'm bored, I'm not really feeling this relationship, I don't know, it's something about it. Would you get back with you? I'm asking the panel, would y'all get back with somebody later on, let's say a year from there, and they come back to you? T, you shaking your head?
Yeah, I would. I mean, cause I'm gonna ask them what's boring about it, or what's the issues. We break up, I might change. You know what I'm saying? I might work on myself and become better, or they might change or something like that, and we could give it another try. Especially if I really did like them or whatever. So I get back with them, especially, and Chorchy. If they got, I'm gonna come back.
Miss Siobhan?
So I have actually gotten back with someone that that we broke up and we got back together. So I think it's possible. It wasn't because we said we were bored. So that might add a little like, bored? What you mean? How do you get bored with me? I don't understand. But I'm so much fun. No, but yeah. So I think it can work. You know what I mean? If you take a break and then break up, not take a break. If you break up and then you reconnect, and then I think it's possible. Yeah.
Miss Tasha?
If you're bored, no, I'm not taking you back because I'm not boring. Like Siobhan said, I'm not boring. I have tried, but it doesn't work. Like I said, because the last time I did it, the guy, he was the one who was insecure and felt like I would break up with him again because I broke it off. So he felt like I would break it up again. So he always had his foot out the door and was talking to other people because he didn't feel that I was really committed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think like I said, I don't see myself as being perfect. So if she, not even bored, let's say that she feel like the relationship is not going anywhere, she's outgrown with whatever we had, and just want to get out, it's a person that me and Siobhan actually clash on. Tabitha Brown.
Tabitha Brown.
I'm not gonna say nothing bad about her because you see what happened to Wendy after Wendy Williams said something bad about her, and y'all not familiar with her. But her and her boyfriend or her husband now, they were boyfriends in the 8th grade. Boyfriend, girlfriends, 8th grade, and her older sister came to her and told her that you don't want to go into high school with no boyfriend. There's much better dudes over there. She actually broke up with the dude. Went to high school, realized that it wasn't much better dudes over there. Make a long story short, years later, they end up getting back together, moving to California. They, she she just retired her husband. That's what Wendy Williams. She done a little voodoo on Wendy Williams, but she retired her husband from being a police officer. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, sometimes it works.
I did that before.
You did that before?
I broke up with a girl my first day in high school. I was messing with her the whole summer. The whole summer. I went to school, man, and I seen so many women, well, girls at the time, and they just. I went home after that, and I seen her. I was just like, man,
you gotta break up.
Yes, I don't think it's gonna work. We ain't ready for no relationship. And we broke up, and after that, you know, the rest is history. But my skin naturally said relationships are getting bored because people are not being friends in the relationship too.
Yeah.
Classy agreed with my skin naturally. And then my skin naturally said, but who's going to set aside their pride to get back together?
Right.
Me.
Yeah, depends on the torchy. Like you right.
Yeah. You know that.
I set aside my pride because I knew I wasn't over him. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me just see. Circle the block. Let me see if he
so it happened. It happened. So again, listening to show a woman actually was invited to a wedding, family member wedding, and you know, they specifically said no kids. She ended up resending it back and saying that, you know, she actually have to bring her kids. They said if y'all must bring y'all kids here, they said that we have somebody for y'all to babysit the kids. They brought the kids, she brought the kids, and she didn't feel comfortable with leaving her. I guess the baby was about 9 months, and she didn't feel comfortable leaving 9 months with the babysitter, 9-month-old with the babysitter. Even though another one of the family members whose baby was younger than her child, actually they left her. Now they said the baby only cried periodically when she got up and she left out. And they said, well, the bride didn't say anything, which was her family member. She said, but the family members got on her. So my question to the panel is this, Ms. Siobhan, do you feel like it's appropriate for you to take kids to weddings, movies, etc.?
No. So in the case of the wedding, I just think it's being inconsiderate. Babies cry. That's what they do. And if they specifically said, hey, we have made accommodations for you and for your baby so that we can have an enjoyable time. It's only like 15 minutes for a wedding. Like, and this is their day. Why are you being rude? Like, that's so inconsiderate because you don't want to have your baby with the person that they designated to have, you know, to watch the baby. So I just think that's inconsiderate. Now for movies, you know your baby gonna be crying and we can't hear. So just, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Miss Tasha?
Shout out to my sister who is getting married this Saturday. And
congratulations.
I had my kids at the wedding. They are not babies. It was funny when you were saying this. I was like, hold on. I just heard like this exact story, but it was my uncle saying that he didn't go to my cousin, his nephew's wedding because he didn't have accommodations for their son. And the person who usually watches their son was in the wedding. So everybody got in their feelings about him not coming. They were like, no, if you said no kids, we ain't bringing our kids and we ain't coming either.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. So I definitely agree with the no kids. As far as the movies, I agree with that too. I don't think I started, unless it was like a kiddie movie, I didn't start taking my kids to the movies until they were like 5. I'm like honest. I remember one time I went with my daughter and she was 1, and we went to go see The Frog and the Princess, but because of the time, they didn't allow kids after like 7 o'clock. And I understood why, even though it was a Disney movie, I understood why. You know, they weren't going to let us go in the movie theater with them to go see the cartoon because it was after the time that they allow kids into the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
T.
I agree with what they saying. Babies get on my nerves anyway. It's like the older I get, the more noise bothers me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I kind of get irritated. So I mean, but far as the wedding, like if they already said that, don't bring your kids, then don't bring your kids. Just don't go. You know what I'm saying? If you are, you need to let them stay with whoever they got watching them. And if you don't feel comfortable, you just leave. If that's the case.
Yeah.
But don't have your baby disrupting, because I'm gonna say something. I'm like,
yeah.
Right.
I'm definitely on agreement with y'all. Again, weddings, of course, if you're not in the wedding, of course, you could come to the reception. And I wouldn't have a problem with that, with a baby crying in the reception. But at the wedding, this baby will cry at the worst possible time. This baby start crying, do you take, and now you done took the whole attention off of what's going on because your baby is crying because you didn't follow the goddamn rules. I think, especially in the movies, listen, I come out to the movies to have a good time. Just because you decided to have a good time 9 months ago, now you're going to disturb my goddamn good time. I didn't enjoy that time with you. Don't now bring your goddamn whine baby in this movie because you thought about this some time ago. You knew goddamn this movie was coming out a long time ago. You should have thought about when you was going to have this daggone baby before you bring that baby to the movie. I'm definitely agreeing.
Classy E8 says, find a babysitter or stay home, please. Exactly.
Yes.
My skin naturally says you cannot attend. It's inappropriate because these events are paid for by the bride and or groom. Don't attend. Sometimes you cannot be on every set. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. It's definitely.
And then she said it's an adult affair. Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
They have memories, they got video, and they gonna hear your crying ass baby in the video. Like, that's not fair.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. And I know some people who do bootleg movies, and I don't want to hear your crying baby in this bootleg movie. It's already messed up with people walking in front of the joint. So now I gotta hear your baby. I can't even hear the little bootleg I bought. Right. So it's kind of the same. So a woman, I'm gonna stay on the topic of marriage. A woman just was on TikTok and she said that her friend told her if she have any extra invitations to the wedding to send it to some celebrities. She thought that was a joke and was like, that's funny, I might try. She said when she got down to her last 5, she realized that she did have 5 free invitations. So wherever she lived at, she said she looked up the area with the biggest houses. And she said she literally sent 5 invitations to each one of those houses. She said she in the car with her mother, they're on their way, the wedding on his way. Not that day, but they doing some last minute thing. She said she get a call. She said the lady on the other end say, hello, I'm so-and-so, Bill Gates' assistant. She said, he wants me to tell you that he apologized. He would not be able to make your wedding, but he wants to send you this $10,000 check instead. She said she's sitting there, she put her on mute, but she in the car with her mother. She like hearing this, her mother like, don't do it. It's karma, it's bad, don't do it. So she said she got back on the line with the lady. She said, listen, I want to apologize to you. She said this was a social experiment, and I wanted to see who would actually, attend or such and such. She said she thought the lady was going to be mad, but the lady laughed and was like, that's real funny. She said, I would let him know. Now, she said, of course, at the end, she said, if the lady would have insisted, she would have took it. So my question is, and I'm gonna go to the obvious person first, T. Would you have taken that $10,000?
You remember a couple shows back, you asked me would I had kept that money that I found in the couch?
Huh?
This is the same thing. I would have took that check. Yes, I would have took that check. That's a blessing right there. I would have took that check. I'd have probably broke my homegirl off a little something for even suggesting that I do it. And I'd have put my mother out the car. My mother would have had to walk. Because she didn't tell me not to take it. That's just bad advice. That's bad parenting right there. You at this moment in this car, you failed me as a parent. At that moment right there. So you got to do it. That's that.
Miss Tasha.
I'm definitely taking it. I mean, social experiment or not, like, what's the odds of Bill Gates responding back? I'm definitely taking it.
Yeah. Miss Carter, let's hear your moral compass.
No moral compass. This is the time. You know how they say listen to your parents or whatever. This is time when you do not follow their instructions. That man knew he didn't know her. Yeah, he didn't know her. So we got together, Bill. You don't know me. I don't know you. You got it. It's not like you hurting for the $10,000. So you want to be generous.
If you can easily send it.
Write it off on your taxes and let's everybody have a good time. Mama, be quiet. We're going to take this money. You hush. I'm going to tell her we're going to take this money and we're going to have a good day and go on a honeymoon or something.
I'm going to be honest. Like, I feel the same way. I feel this, we all agree. I feel like now, had I lied about something like, you know, we were trying to raise money for a honeymoon or something like that or any type of crazy stuff, that'd have been one thing. And she didn't lie. She just sent the invitation to his house. You know, I mean, I don't feel like she done nothing because she, in her mind, she said it felt like it would have been karma. And she believed in karma so much, she felt like it would come by water.
People that came.
Right, what's the karma?
Yeah, like, what's the karma? You ain't lied.
She didn't lie.
I didn't understand. I actually saved the video. I put the video up for people to see it. But I was a black girl. I definitely she about to get burned. Sure.
What's going on?
It was just a long shot. It's like, you know, let me just send this out and see what happens. You know, it's just.
And someone did that before a couple of years ago. A lot of people do that, like just on GP. They'll send them out. Like I've heard this happen before, and they respond.
Yeah. Well, evidently Bill Gates responded with $10,000 checks, so we need to start looking up address.
Right?
We all getting murdered. We about to get $40,000 up here.
I think that's what it would be karma if she wasn't even getting married. Like she would have
that would have been like her line. Yeah.
Right.
What they say in the comment?
I bet if she would have told her fiance what happened, he probably pissed at her. Right now.
Look at my bad. She ain't really got that win there. What they said in the comments?
So go ahead, T.
Lippy89 said, yeah, I'm taking the money. I'm not going to block a blessing. Laugh out loud. Hold on 1 second. My skin naturally. Damn it. She said, I do not know what I would have said. But if she insisted, I would have definitely accepted at that point. At the end of the day, it will come again tenfold. And then she said it was great that he replied.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was.
I don't really mess with Bill Gates like that, but I would have took that 10,000.
And then she said the karma is that there was no affiliation and it was a long shot to invite a rich stranger. But what if he attended with no gift? Then what? Sure.
I got a good conversation. I get a conversation with Bill Gates.
Yes.
I get to talk. Yeah, but to get to talk to and try to like network with Bill Gates. Oh shoot, I'm definitely doing that. Yeah, you ain't got you are the gift to me. Now I get to rap to this billionaire. Yeah, I'm definitely on that type of note. Yeah.
Tokyo said, I would have took. Oh yeah, you said.
Okay. I was watching what's the name again? News alert, and this woman, they were gay couple, and they actually met and they were dating for some months. Come to find out, they were sisters. Now their statement was they were going to still date. Now of course, I guess they were half sisters on their father's side. I guess her father was named, whatever. We know how men are. So, they actually said they were going to continue to date. So my question is this to you, panel. If you happen to date somebody, let's say for about 6 months, let's say a distant cousin, and you find out 6 months down the line, this is your distant cousin. Miss Carter, you continue to date these people?
You said 6 months?
Y'all been in it 6 months. It's a good 6 months. Y'all enjoying each other. This ain't no, this is like grandpa kid somewhere down the line.
And you said it was good too? Yeah. So if it's
y'all
way back down
that.
the line, like we don't even really know if we cousins for real. So it's fine. So it might be, the auntie that married into the family and that was like her people. So I might have to go with that one, If it's good, we already kissing cousins now, so might as well.
T, you shaking your head.
That's nasty.
It's torchy.
I know, right? I'm gonna have to cut that off though. I'm gonna have to cut it off. Yeah, and I don't know. The flesh is weak. I might backtrack. You know what I'm saying? It depends how far in the distance it is, but that's nasty. I hate to contradict myself like that,
but Miss Tasha.
Well, for me, I can't. Like, these are the questions I ask people because my dad got like 10 kids, and I know it's more of us somewhere. Yeah, so like I really ask people like, who are you related to? Especially because my dad got too many kids around here for me to be like, I couldn't.
Yeah. Oh, you checking that from the jump, huh?
Yeah, I do. Especially when people say they're from Ohio. I'll be like, I ask questions because I have a lot of family out there. So no, I couldn't. I've been in situations where I've known that I met and found out that like people was related to me. So no, definitely not.
Let me say this. Biblically, that's what they did. So I'm just be straight up. In the Bible, that's basically who married each other. They married cousins. They didn't marry outside of the family circle. Could I do it? No, I'm too close to my family. I'm a family, like my family, we get together, my cousins. I just can't. It's my cousin. Like, just knowing that you are a family member. It's just going like that right there. Black people just got a certain. Now we don't know about others. But black people, when we hear family, like the first thing we're asked, if we go to a cookout, if we go to a family cookout, like it's a bunch of people there, and somebody introduces to somebody, and the first thing we're gonna ask is that my cousin? Like, She came with my cousin. She came with you, Ebony? Oh, okay. Hey, how you doing? Like, yeah. But I need to know that first. I need to know that. Yeah. It can't even be a possibility. Like, it can't even be a possibility. What they say in the comments?
My skin naturally, she said an unsure cousin. Okay. It wasn't nasty. No. Weak flesh. Okay. Classy E8. Is that my cousin? LOL.
Who's that? That's what they. Hold up. Who else said something?
That was it.
Lip said that's weird. Ha ha.
Yeah.
Lip _89. Okay. All right. So make sure I can find. So having this conversation,
I'm gonna head out.
One of the things that looking at a lot of these dating profiles, dating shows and this and the third, and I honestly feel like a lot of people expectations, and especially as you get older, is just kind of so out of whack. So my question to you, T, start with you. See if you give some insight. Should dating requirements change as you get older?
I feel like they should. I mean, your maturity level changes and everything like that. Your experience with dating changes. So I feel like it's only natural that your expectations will change as well. That's all I got for y'all as a serious answer. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sound good. That's all I got for you right now. We good. I jump in there and let somebody else talk, but that's the serious answer right there for y'all.
Miss Natasha?
I definitely think that they should change. I just saw something, I think this week, when I don't know if it was a video, and someone was saying that, we are older, but we are dating like we're in our 20s, and our expectations are like we're in our 20s. I definitely agree, because even now with me dating the guy that I'm dating, it's totally different. I'm like, thinking about like what I can offer and what I could offer before. And it's like, okay, I got my own place. I got this. I got that. What are you here to offer me? So yeah, I mean, your expectations should definitely change when you get older, because for me, I'm trying to build and grow with somebody, instead of just, yeah, I want to travel, but I ain't trying to play the games that I was trying to play when I was in my 20s.
Siobhan?
Yeah, I do think it should change. I know for me, it's changed as far as what I really need. I don't need as much, now that I'm in my 40s. So, in my relationship now, it's just like companionship, having fun, traveling, that kind of stuff. But it's not necessarily like, oh, I need somebody to go in business with and do all that. Like, I don't need all that, like to build with, and he got to come with this, that, and the third, and somebody that would be good to raise kids with. I don't desire that anymore. So I think my requirements is just more simplified now.
Yeah, I definitely think my problem is, and maybe I'm just a little ahead of the game. I don't think they should have changed. I think you just had unrealistic expectations when you was younger any goddamn way. I think that's one of our goddamn problems. I just think our expectations of people were so like out of this world when we were younger. I think should they change? They should definitely you should definitely have a better insight about dating now that you're in your 40s or something, at least two of us up here. But I definitely think that when dating, having expectations of another person based off of what you want, not realizing if y'all two is compatible in other ways, it definitely cause a problem in the future regardless. This is how we have kids by people that we probably wish we would never had kids by. This is why we get married by people we should have never married to. Like, this is why we have an apartment that we got to both stay in this joint until the lease is up because of our false way of thinking when we were younger. So I don't think it should change. I think it definitely should improve, but I definitely think you should have a whole lot of life lessons now that you're in your 40s of what to look for when dating.
I think too, it depends on what you're looking for. Like, if you have never been married and you desire to be married, and you're still in your you're in your 40s and you just never have been married, maybe your thoughts would be different because you're still looking for that person that you can marry and live with and that kind of stuff. But because I've been married before, I'm not looking to, live with anybody or move in, that kind of stuff, or get married again. So it's like, it's less complicated for me, so it just depends, I guess, on what people are looking for too.
But I also agree with what you said, Reggie, as far as what we thought. Example, you mentioned marriage. My mother, I always say, and I mentioned this on the podcast, my mother groomed me to be a wife, as a kid. So for me, I came into relationships. I'm getting married. I'm looking for marriage. Like, I'm looking for my husband. And that's how I saw relationships, because that's what my mom taught me. Like, at 16, when I got my first boyfriend, like, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. And it was a little bit more into that relationship and why she did that. But you're grooming a 16-year-old to be a wife and not telling me to date, get to know people, understand like there are mistakes. So breakups were so hard for me because that's not what, my mom didn't teach me that. So it took me
Right.
years to understand that, like, I can accept that I may not get married. Like, I've never been married, but I can accept that that may not be in my future, and that I can have a long-term relationship without being married, without sharing the same space. Like you said, I'm so used to having my own, it's kind of hard for somebody to come into my space, and hard to live with people because you're so used to being by yourself. I mean, I have lived with somebody, but it's different, and you learn when you're in the space with somebody that you see things totally different than when you, like you said, what you expected in your 20s.
Yeah, that's so good.
What they said in the comments, because they was wrapping it up.
They are going. Hold on, let me see. Classy EA says relationships don't need expectations, just consistency and respect. Tokyo says when you mature, you realize what's actually needed instead of a want. Right. Yeah. My skin naturally agrees. Agree, Reggie. Our expectations were fairy tale, like mostly by women. Girl, yes.
Yeah.
They sold us
too many Disney.
Yes.
Too many Disney books. Too many.
Right. Classy EA says no one is perfect, so expectation can lead to disappointment. Absolutely can. Yeah. She also said friends is what's needed. Everyone ain't worth bringing home. Yeah, friendship is very important. Developing that.
Yeah.
My skin naturally says our community has to learn what compatibility is. Women are groomed to be wives, but not sharing how to work through the problems encountered in a relationship. We too often sharing in relationships. Yeah, I think it's important what Natasha said about being taught to be a wife, but there's a process. You know what I mean? Like, what about the friendship? What about the compatibility? Everybody that you meet is not going to be your husband. You know what I mean? So it's like it skips some steps, and then it creates this unrealistic expectation about how the process is supposed to go. And then when it doesn't go that way, it's like, okay, what do I do now? So I get that.
Yeah, it's definitely. Huh?
I said, good answers, y'all.
Let's go to the next question. I was watching this wedding on TV. I don't know why the theme seemed to be wedding today, but I was watching this video, not a videotape, but a reel about somebody's getting married. And as the preacher was talking, of course, they're going through the vows. And he was like, I plan on sharing this. I plan on sharing that. And he also said, and my phone. And the guy was like, huh? And then everybody bust out laughing about him sharing his phone. So the preacher was like, I just said for him. He's willing to share his phone and everything. But my question is more so this. Not necessarily sharing your phone. Miss Natasha, are you willing, if you're in a serious relationship, are you willing to share your location at all times with your mate and vice versa? And would you like that? Want that?
I just got some real anxiety right As much as I want to say yes, even though I don't go to many places, that would be really hard for me. Because like, even I can talk about, like, even now me checking in, that's hard for me to check in. I just got home, so sharing my location is not going to make things even better, because I'm horrible at checking in. I am horrible at checking in because it's just so hard. But I mean, no, because, and I wouldn't even want to know their location, because then I'm gonna start being in my head questioning stuff, because I already know I can find out your password, and I try not to look in your phone, because I don't want to be that girl again. I'm changed. So no, I don't need that in my life. No.
Miss Carter.
What are we doing? Like, what is this for? Sharing location. If I can send you my ETA, if I'm trying to get to you and tell you how long it's going to take for me to get there. But sharing location, like, what are we doing that for? What are you trying to get at? What's the problem? Why are we getting to that level? Now, I know some families may do it, for their children. But we're adults. What's the reason for that? I don't understand. No, it's a no.
See,
What are you doing, Red?
I'm just asking the question. Listen, they don't think I just be coming up with these answers by myself. These questions. People be sending me these questions too.
No, I know. I'm not sharing my location. I'm gonna tell you where I'm going. That's where I'm going. Like, it's the same way I feel for the other person. If you say you're going wherever you're going, that's where I think you're going. That's where you're supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? If you out doing something you ain't got no business doing, it'll come to light sooner or later. I don't need your location. One, I don't even care that much to even have your location. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care about a lot of things right now. So it's like I could care less if you out doing whatever you're doing. You know, just don't ask for my location and all that. My heart started beating so fast when you said that. I'm like, I'm gonna ask you a question. Like, oh my God, now you gonna open the door now. Oh man.
No, you ain't sharing that. You already let people know you ain't sharing your location. I'm in agreement with you. I told you this is not a question that comes up. This was actually a question that was asked of me. So, but the truth of no, I don't believe in sharing locations. I'm with you, T. I don't care that guy that go much. If you say you're going somewhere, I expect for you to be at that place. But if you detour, that's on you also. If you tell me you're going to Target and end up at Walmart also, then I don't care. Like you said you was going. I don't care that much unless we needed, like I needed you, to be somewhere at a certain time. Like, but I a fast turn, but not necessarily needing your location. I think sharing locations are for kids and elderly. That's it. Just in case, something happened to where I need to find you. Kids and elderly, like, or when person's going through some dementia or something like that. But besides that, as a mate, I told you where I was going. Like, and again, if I detour and I end up at the bar drinking, watching the game, that's where I end up at. Yeah, I thought you was down 7th Street. Yeah, I was, but then I went somewhere else, which happens in a lot of relationships will cause problems. So,
Yeah. So my friend actually, she says, why do we look at it as if we are checking in? How about someone is checking to make certain that you made it to your destination? Okay, I don't have the capability of sharing my location on my phone. She also said most people that want you to share your location just want to make sure you're not going to be where they are. It's not necessary.
That is true. Right. There's a lot of comments there. What else did they say?
Yeah, Lippy89 says, I'm not sharing my location with my partner. We should have a relationship of trust. If we don't have trust, then we need to reevaluate our relationship altogether. Big Tokyo says, my location is to find my iPhone, period. And she also says, how about hell no? Classic E8 says, hell no, because we need our space and trust is needed. So don't be FaceTiming none of
that. Yeah. So, again, T.O.M. is one of the best trainers in the business this day and age. Ganged Up T. He's actually a licensed. Because Robin made sure I just hit him. She was a licensed psychotherapist. Actually, he's actually a licensed trainer. So of course, one of the questions he even asked on, and everybody always saying that. I seen this skit with somebody else sent me today with a trainer working out with somebody. But the question was asked was, Ms. Carter, if your mate, were to, I guess it's if your mate works out with somebody else instead of working out with you, would you have a problem? Not even a trainer. Let's say y'all both go to the gym together.
Not a trainer.
Some random person like, hey, yeah, you do that? Yeah, I want to do that too. And your mate wants to work out with them instead of working out with you, even though y'all doing different exercises. I mean, hey.
I'm glad you put that in there because I was like, I don't work out one, so he, that's one thing. But I mean, I wouldn't have an issue with him working out with someone of the opposite sex. I don't have a problem with it, like, because what am I making that mean that I don't trust him? Like he just want to see her bent over? Like, what does that mean?
They doing legs. It's leg day.
Leg day. Leg day. Hump day.
Miss Tasha?
I am not jealous. I'm just overly protective that are around me, and I'm very protective of all the men that are around me. So yes, I will have the issue, but I'm not jealous. I'm not
That's
jealous.
what you say? That's your claim to fame?
Yes.
That's your claim to fame?
But I would so be in my feelings, and I guarantee if she saw me, she would stop. But
yeah.
I'm just gonna look.
T, you know, a girl you dating, she feel like you too hard on her, but some dude that came in and told her, you know, a new way she could do an exercise.
Absolutely,
so she stepped off and wanted to say, huh?
Don't even finish. It's absolutely a problem. Listen. Absolutely. First of all, I'm a certified personal trainer, so I got what you need. It don't even matter. You ain't got no. Secondly, I can tell you how it went down, how it all came about, how it started. First of all, he seen her in there working out one day. He get to iron her, then he keep moving on, you know, give her a smile the next day. Then around the third day, he see her. He like, yeah, I see you in here. You be working out hard. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep up with you one day. I'm trying to keep up with you. And she like, yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna work out with me. That's when he get in the door. You get to working out with her, get to looking at her do her squats and all this and all that, her lunges and stuff. Nah, I ain't got time for that. Nah, hell no. It's a problem for me. It's definitely a problem for me. That's how I go. It's a problem for me.
That's how I go. I'm gonna be honest. Funny thing is, my ex of mine had a problem with me working out with a female. My female friend, one of my best friends, but she's gay. And I told her that. I said, hey, she's like, no, I have a problem with this. That's disrespectful for you to work out with her and this, that, and the third. I'm like, the girl will want you more than she want me. Like, what is the problem? Like, just so happens me and her schedule changed. We couldn't work out no more. Fast forward about a year later, my girlfriend at the time, she came home and she had a Planet Fitness bag. I said, ooh. I said, you start going to the gym? She like, yeah, me and some coworkers. I said, okay. I said, well, how many of them is it? She says, it's supposed to be 3 of us, but only 2 of us went today. I say, okay, well, who's the 2? She says, me and the guy. I'm like, oh, okay. So I said, well, why you got the Planet Fitness bag? She said, oh, he gave it to me. I said, he gave you his bag? She was like, nah, he gave me a bag and he got a bag. I said, so he paying for you too. No, that Then she just got mad at my friend. I'm like, he paying for you? She was like, nah, he ain't paying for me. I said, Slim, I got a Planet Fitness membership. They don't just give out bags to people that walk in the door. He gotta be paying. No. Now, when I told her my friend was gay, her statement was she got a coochie. Okay, bet. So after we had this discussion, again, I didn't have a problem with her going. She said, well, he old. I said, but he got a dick, don't he? Like, you know what I'm saying? But she could not rationalize why I had a problem at this point. You know, and now let me get you to understand this. My only problem was that he was paying for it. That was my only problem. I didn't care that y'all went and worked out together. I didn't care about none of that. Listen, I work long hours. When I leave out the house at sometimes 6 in the morning, I don't get back to 10 at night. So you got ample enough time to do whatever you want to do. So I can't stop that. But if he's paying for you, this is a little more of a stretch, and I was offended. And she literally argued me down that it was nothing wrong with that. Honestly. So I kind of digressed a little bit.
Yeah, you had to get that off your chest.
I digressed a little bit. Yeah.
You want to hit the comments?
Yeah, hit the comments for me.
So Tokyo says my problem areas aren't the same as his or hers, maybe, but I'm asked what's the deal though. She said T got the lowdown, right? You broke it down. My skin naturally says that's what I'm having a problem with. Working out with someone but refuses to work out with me is going to be some dumbbells flying. Classy EA says she might brought her own bag. She was trying to make you jealous.
She ain't brought her own bag. He gave that bag up. That was her membership, and she gave that bag up, and she ain't use her credit card to get it. Like, just to let you know, that relationship ain't last that much longer after that.
Yeah,
I think we was broken up a month later. Like,
sounds like y'all had it coming.
Yeah. A month later, we was done.
Yeah.
What they say?
He said
Uh,
my
My
mate.
skin not-
Oh, my skin naturally said my mate didn't work out, but used to pop up at the gym when I worked out with my trainer, laughing my ass off.
oh, golly.
But is it a difference though? Is that a difference if she actually or he actually has a personal trainer, which happened to be the opposite sex? Because I'm gonna tell you one, I worked out with a female trainer once at the gym I went to, Retro Fitness. Retro Fitness had you get 2 free training memberships. It was a young white woman, young white girl, nice what's name, and she broke me down. Like she's the only one of the trainers that I feel like if I was gonna pay, I would have paid her. So, what if that's the case? Would that be a problem?
I'm gonna say this. No, hold on. Before y'all start shaking your head and go, listen. I'm gonna say this. I would say go ahead if it's a trainer. Like say I didn't have time to do it myself. Yeah, she could get a trainer, right? But I'm gonna come to one of those training sessions. I'm not gonna bother them. She not gonna know him there. He not gonna know because I want to see how he actually train her and if it's something shaky going on. Once I see he legit with it and he really train her, I'm cool with it. I ain't gotta worry about it no more. But you got some trainers who they out there doing some weird things.
Put your arms down like this, like put your arms.
I ask for permission to touch them if I'm going to touch them. Like if I got to adjust them or something, I'm like I'm gonna put my hand right here. That's okay. Woody woo. You know what I'm saying? I get permission before I do all that. You got some trainers, they like, yeah, put your leg over here like this. I'm gonna have a problem with that if I see that. That's not even how you do that exercise, bro. I'm gonna butt in. I'm gonna pull my card out. I'm saying, you doing it all wrong. Get off my girl, nigga.
Y'all read the comments, Britt? Go ahead.
I think that's where trust comes in because it's like if I have a male trainer, if I feel uncomfortable, I'm not gonna continue working with him. So it's like you gotta trust your mate. But my skin naturally said he encouraged me to go, and I loved him for it. But he made sure that his presence was known.
You gonna finish reading the comments?
You just saying she's just laughing. That's all. Because we got 7 minutes left. We gotta hurry up. Because they cut us off last time.
Yeah, remember that? That was weird.
Yeah,
that was weird. So we got 7 minutes left. Go ahead, Miss Card. Y'all know what time it is. It's the Dating 101 card game after dark. We ain't even doing Dating 101 card game after dark. Get your deck. I mean, it's more so for when you're in a relationship or about to get, busy that ain't, the other Dating 101 card is more so to help you get into that relationship and maintain, see if y'all actually have that balance. So Dating 101 card game, Dating 101 card game after dark. Next week, before we do the last card, next week, we're doing all Dating 101 card game and Dating 101 card game after dark questions. Next week, we're going to do 5 from one deck and 5 from the other deck. So make sure next week, y'all definitely join us. Miss Siobhan, hit us with a question.
And make sure you follow our page, Dating 101 Card Game. Reggie and I created this deck. So, follow us.
Make sure you Dating 101 Card Game after dark, Disaster Dating 101, the Homeboys Conversation. There you go.
All right, let's get a little kinky since it's after dark. How do you feel about whips and chains during sex? T.
I'm with it. I've purchased some things before, bondage and things like that. I'm with all that. Okay. I'm pinning y'all stuff right now. I'm with it though. I'm definitely with
it. I'm gonna say I've never done it. I think it would have to be a person, and she would have to be with it. If she encouraged that type of stuff, I guess I'm willing to get into the role if that's what she with. I ain't gonna, because at this point it's competitive to me. Like I don't want her to think I'm lame. So yeah. I'm like I said, if she pull it out and be like, hey, now you gotta. Let me say this, you got to ease me into it. This can't just be one night and be like, hey, I got this. Like, oh, nah, So, but I'm like I said, we talk about it and she with it, I'm with it.
Okay, Natasha?
I actually dated a guy who was Israeli. first thing he asked me in our conversation was I vanilla? Had no clue what that meant. So if
I don't
anybody
even
asks
know.
you, are you vanilla? That means that are you straight with normal stuff, or if you're saying you're not vanilla, that means that you into bondage and all that other stuff. So then he sent me an email of like to answer a questionnaire of things that I would do, what I was comfortable with, what I'm not comfortable. So look,
He had a.
Like, yeah, he was a dangerous.
You had to
This
fill out a
we
consent
dated for
form?
2 years, but yes, I would definitely.
Evidently, that
that
questionnaire
was
moved the needle.
So that was yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay then. Yeah. So I've never done this, but let's talk about this whip. How much? You know what I mean?
A
Like,
real small one. I didn't have like nothing big. I had just a small flog thing.
okay, because it's like, look, I
Yeah.
can't be you coming there like, okay, come on, sir. This
Yeah, like I ain't never been whipped.
But yeah, he wanted me to slap him around and like so yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll be open.
Bell, you put
It doesn't
everything out there.
cause pain.
I done been like, strapped up with the little black ropes and shit.
Yeah.
But I ain't never been spanked or nothing. You ain't about to spank me. I don't know.
Hey, homie, I don't want to know all this about you, T. Like we were friends for too long.
I ain't really talking to you. When I started talking like this, I bring you out the whole
podcast. But it was I'm about to cut this top level off, both of them down the bottom.
Hilarious. So yeah, the people in the comments, Big Tokyo says, "What are the 50 Shades of Black?" My skin naturally says, excuse me, Reggie, competition though. Classy A says like a slave master. My skin naturally, oh my God, vanilla, damn, and my Chris Tucker and Ice Cube voice on the movie Friday.
So again, thanks for y'all comments. Thanks for everybody coming out. Thanks for Miss Tasha coming with the Disaster Dating 101. Miss Carter, Gamed Up T, Homeboys Conversation, Dating 101 podcast. Next week, everybody make sure y'all get back here. Definitely, we're going to do all Dating 101 card game. It's going to be a good one next week. And Dating 101. Yeah. So if y'all haven't ordered y'all deck yet and y'all want to follow along with us, make sure y'all get y'all a deck at Dating 101 card games. Again, we thank Tasha, everybody for joining. We thank you for comments. Peace out.
Good night, y'all.
Thank you.
Good night.
Join us every Monday at 9 p.m. on IG Live for Homeboys Conversation After Dark with Dating 101 card game. And make sure you like, comment, and share.